Good morning and namaskar from India. I am Sanjay Kumar Roy. I am PhD scholar, Lovely Professional University and Head Power Distribution, OMQ Division, Tata Steel Limited, India. I am going to present my paper on mathematical modeling and simulation of band pass filters using the floating admittance matrix method. This paper is being presented in the 25th International Conference on Circuits, Systems, Communications, and Computers. It is being held at Crete Island, Greece, from July 19 to July 22nd, 2021. The abstract of my paper is like this. The article aims to develop a bandpass filters mathematical model using the floating admittance matrix method. The use of conventional method of analysis based KCL, KVL, Thevenin, Norton's depends on the type of particular circuit. The proposed mathematical modeling using the floating admittance matrix method is unique, and the same can be used for all types of circuits. The method uses the partitioning technique for large network. The sum property of all the elements of any row or any column equal to 0 provides the assurance to proceed further for analysis or re-observe the very first equation. This saves time and energy. The FM methods presented here is so simple that anybody with slight knowledge of electronics but understanding the matrix maneuvering can analyze any circuit to derive all types of transfer functions. The mathematical modeling using the FAM methods provides leverage to the designer to comfortably adjust the design at any stage of analysis. These statements provides compelling reason for the adoption of the proposed process and demonstrate its benefit. Keywords for this paper is like this: bandpass filters, active filters, passive filters, mathematical modeling, and floating admittance matrix method. Next. I will go like this. First introduction, then review of literature and research gap, mathematical modeling of bridge tree network, conclusion, then references. Note, all the figures, equations, and references are available in the original manuscript of the research paper. Everything cannot be accommodated here. Next. Introduction. Active and passive filters are building blocks of any electronic and communication circuit that can alter or change the amplitude and or phase characteristic of a signal. Active and passive filters are linear circuits that reshapes the unwanted signals and distortion from the contaminated input signal. Ideally, active and passive filters alters the various frequency components associated with the amplitude and the phase. The frequency domain behavior of signals defines a particular type of filter. The transfer function of any filter is simply the Laplace transform of the output signal to the input signal. Filter circuit, which consists of any active devices, transistors, and operational amplifier, in addition to resistors, inductors, and capacitors, is called the active filters. On the other hand, a filter circuit designed with passive components only, such as resistors, capacitors, and inductors, is called the passive filters. Next, the use of shunt filters for better system performance, SADI in paper 2 was discussed in the multi-constant belonging to the domain of multi-objective functions. The main aim here is to minimize total harmonic distortion of the load voltage, supply line, and cost optimization. SADI in paper 3 demonstrates the optimal design technique to effectively utilize the cables and transformers for harmonically contaminated voltages and currents, accounting for the frequency-dependent loss of power. The method is especially suitable for a higher current carrying capacity of load. It is shown that HP filters have dual properties than LP filters in the sense of sensitivity and various topologies of the BP filters. The best topology was demonstrated in this article. The knowledge of the transfer function characterization gives enough information to decide that the correct functioning of the circuit will be achieved. the variations or changes in the input and output impedances, power supply, coupling and uncoupling, variation in the circuit components, and the other dynamic behavior in the filters structure are essential parameters discussed in detail by Bogdan in paper 4. Sargar in paper 5 suggests in-depth modeling and design procedure of a LCR filter, primarily for inverter design used in alternative green energy source, such as a solar system. The MATLAB simulation of PV cell DC to DC boost converter and inverter with LCLR filter was also included in this paper. Next. The heuristic method is supposed to be the easiest and the best for the single-tuned passive filters. Optimized solution tapping of its essential parameters, which is very difficult. Such technique provides a reasonable solution in a short time as it uses fewer iterations. The process called response surface methodology RSM proposed by Sakal in paper 6 was presented to solve issue of paper 5. This approach looks to minimize the harmonic distortion in voltage and current of the circuit. Mathematical modeling based on the admittance matrix model in paper 7, 8 and 9 uses older elements such as narrators, nullators, and in paper 10 to 13 suggested modeling technique for measuring different parameters using floating admittance matrix of three-terminal active devices such as FETs and BJTs. The circuit synthesis using basic components, resistors, inductors, and capacitors is discussed in detail in paper 14 and 15. Desensitization using impedance tapering is being used to design a class 3 circuit with negative feedback in 16 and 17. In the negative feedback loops, the RC section impedance is scaled upward from the driving source to the negative terminal of the amplifier input. Next. Frequency selective circuits pass the signals of a range of frequencies through it without alteration in the input signal's magnitude. The passband filter passes the signal without alteration in the magnitude of the input signal to the output port. However, the magnitude of the input signal passed is reduced drastically, ideally to zero value, outside the passband. The input currents of such circuits are of no significance, so their transfer functions are not examined. In the subsequent subsection, we will take up some of all types of RC filters and analyze one by one using the floating admittance matrix approach. Now I am going to discuss the first type of bridge-tree network. The floating admittance matrix equation will be derived from the circuit of the bridge-tree network as shown in the red bracket. Here we see that two capacitors C1 and C2 and two resistors R3 and R4 is forming a bridge-tree network. Now I am going to calculate the transfer function of this bridge-tree network. So we can see that at node 1 or terminal 1, two components are connected. First is this one and second one is this one. So we can write as R3, opposite of R3 is G3, that is conductance, and in the Laplace transform form it is written as SC2. So G3 plus SC2 is connected at terminal 1. From 1 to 2 only C2 is connected, so we are writing minus SC2. From 1 to 3 is R3 is connected, so we are writing minus G3. From terminal 1 to 4 nothing is connected directly, 1 to 4 nothing is connected directly, so we are writing 0. Similarly, we are writing all the rows and for terminal 2, terminal 3 and terminal 4. The final equation of the bridge-tree network as shown in equation 1 is framed. And now we can check that all the rows, addition of all the elements of rows 1 must be equal to 0. So we can see here that G3 plus SC2 minus SC1 and minus G3 is equal to 0. Similarly, for other rows and columns, we can check that in equation number 1, all the rows, addition of all the rows and addition of all the columns is equal to 0. So we can say that our equation is correct and we can proceed further for other calculations. Transfer function between terminal 3, 4 and 1, 4 of voltage gain here is written as signum 3 to 4, signum 1 to 4 and minus 1 to the power 12. As Y12, it is 3 plus 4 is 7 and 1 plus 4 is 5. So 7 plus 5 is 12. It is written like this only. And we can write that it is equal to Y1434 and Y1414. Next. Now we are going to calculate Y1434 from the above equation of equation number 1. After removing 1 and 4 rows and 3 and 4 column, we get this equation. And this is equivalent to this. And now we can calculate Y414 after removing row 1 and 4 and column 1 and 4 from the equation 1, we will get this. And finally, the equation will come like this. And finally, we can write this voltage gain of the circuit is S square plus S omega naught by Q plus omega naught square S square plus S omega naught 1 by Q plus omega naught. We know that beta S is 14 by 34. So opposite of this is voltage gain between 34 and 14 is 1 by 34 by 14. Considering inverting amplifier includes in the circuit of figure 1, the overall voltage transfer function is like this. From terminal 5 to terminal 14, V15 by V14 equal to V34 by V14 into V54 by V34. And the final equation is like this after considering that RF is equal to RIE. Next. The transmission 0 in equation 4 is similar to the pole of closed loop circuit of figure 1. Hence, the transmission 0 from the polynomial as form as S square plus S omega naught by Q plus omega naught square. Finally, it comes to S square plus S 1 by C1, putting the value of A and putting the values omega naught square. And we can see that omega naught square is this much. And finally, when we are considering R2 is equal to R4 equal to R and C1 equal to C2 equal to C, then Q comes to be 0.5. So the characteristic equation for the pole is now expressed as S square plus 3 omega S plus omega naught square. And the current gain is also calculated in equation 9 from the same method. The power transfer function between terminal 3, 4 and 1, 4 can be expressed as equation number 10. Now I'm going to remove all these things, otherwise we cannot start from the beginning. So next, the experimental verification for the above circuit of figure 1. The MATLAB program for the bridge-T network of figure 1 and its Bode plot is shown in figure X and Y. It depicts that plot for amplitude and phase variation with reference to frequency, and assumed value of the resistance and capacitance are indicated in the program below. This program is written in the MATLAB program. The plot of the above described continuous time domain voltage transfer function without and with an inverter shown in figure X and figure Y. Figure X is here and figure Y is here. We can see that in X it starts from 0 and in Y it starts from 180 degree. So this indicates that phase difference of 180 degree without feedback and with feedback. Next. Now I will explain the second type of bridge-T network. Here the place of capacitance and resistance is changed, but it will give the same type of result. Our bridge-T network is shown here. We'll calculate all the transfer function for this network only first, then that will be converted with RI and RF also with amplifier. Figure shows the dual form of bridge-T network for realizing the same type of transfer 0. Here we can see that just I'm removing this, then we'll proceed further. So first at terminal 1, there are two components connected, R2 and C3. So we have written as G2 plus SC3. From terminal 1 to 2, it is minus G2 only. So we have written minus G2. From terminal 1 to 3, only C3 is there. So we have written minus SC3. Terminal 1 to 4, there is no direct connection. So we have written 0 here. Now I'm again removing this all and we'll explain the next row and column. In the next, we can go at terminal 2. From terminal 2 to 1, only R2 is connected. So we can write here at G2. At terminal 2 to 2, 3 components are there. One is this direction, one in this direction, and another in this direction. So we have to write G1 plus G2 plus SC4. From terminal 2 to 3, only R1 is connected. So we have to write minus G1. And from terminal 2 to terminal 4, this one is connected. So we are writing SC4. Now we are removing all these. Just 1 minute. So that we can explain other circuit also. So now, in a similar way, we can go at terminal 3 and then to terminal 4. And we can form the complete floating and dense matrix equation as equation 18. We can see here that addition of all the elements in row 1 is equal to 0. In row 2, it is equal to 0. Row 3 is also 0. And row 4 is also 0. All rows addition is also 0. We can see that all rows addition is also 0. So we can tell that our floating admittance matrix number 11, equation number 18 is correct. And we can proceed for the further calculation or determination of the equation. Just I am removing the indication here. Now we can again say that the voltage transfer function between terminal 3 here and terminal 4, this is output terminal, and the terminal 1 and terminal 4 is the output terminal. So 3414 is written in the similar way as written for first type of bridge-T network. We can say that the final equation for voltage transfer function is written here as S square plus S omega naught square by Q plus omega naught square S square plus S omega naught square by Q1 and omega naught square. Now I'm removing all these things for the clarity of the equation. Similar way, the overall transfer function between 5 4 terminal 5 4 output terminal and input terminal 1 and 4, we can say that the final equation is minus s square plus s omega naught by q plus omega naught square and s square plus s omega naught by q1 plus omega naught. So for Rf is equal to I, the unity gain, but it is inverting amplifier, so this is as coming as minus. I am removing all these things, then we'll go for the next page. So in the next page, we can see that the transfer function of current between terminal 3 4 and terminal 1 4 is calculated in the equation number 26. And the power transfer function between terminal 3 4 and terminal 1 4 is calculated like this. Now I'm removing all this and we'll go to the next page. Now we are seeing the experimental verification of the bridge-T network of type 2, which is shown in the figure 6. Its Bode plot is shown in the figure A and figure B. The MATLAB program is indicated here. All values of the assumed values is given here. The continuous time domain transfer function indicated by above equation is plotted in figure A and B. The plot of the above described continuous time domain transfer function without and with inverter source in figure A and B respectively indicates phase difference of 180 degree. Here we can see that it starts from 0, and here we can start that it starts from 180 degree. Now we are going to the next page. This is the conclusion of the paper. The modeling and simulation of bridge-T network has been carried out using MATLAB system environment. This paper provides simulated and numerical validation of two forms of bridge-T network used for band pass filter. The MATLAB program developed for the transfer function for both types of RC bridge-T network are plotted in the form of magnitude and phase with respect to frequency. The input and output dependencies are derived and drawn using the FM technique. Thanks. All the figures, equation and references are available in the original manuscript of the paper. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.